welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to do a video talking about how you guys can up your friend game long distance.
Cause y'all ain't good friends.
Long distance.
Y'all ain't good friends. I'm just kidding.
By the end of this video, y'all all gonna be good friends, okay? Okay, very good. We know that it's been challenging to stay connected to your friends, especially, it's hard enough if y'all live in the same state.
Yeah.
So it's extremely difficult to stay connected with someone who you've spent probably all of your time with normally, and now it's come down to 0%.
Yeah. Or in just general too, like once you reach like adulthood, I feel like there's just different hours in the day. I mean, all
there
of
are
them are the
less
same.
hours in the day when you get like past 25.
Yeah. I even feel like once you're like done, if you go to college around the age that you're in college, there's just like your schedules end up conflicting with people, and then you just don't have time anymore. And it's like when you do have time, you want to sleep,
right?
Or just relax. You just don't want to. You don't want to go anywhere,
right? I sent you the video, right, of that one girl where she was like, why are you sorry that you're apologizing that you're canceling on our plans?
Oh yeah. I was gonna cancel. Yeah, literally.
But that's
how I like wait sometimes. I mean, like I enjoy going out and I love all of my friends, but like sometimes I get excited when like the plans cancel because I'm like, oh my god, I don't have to put effort into getting ready. I can like lay in my bed for the rest of the day. Yep. It's just because like the work week is just so busy, and then if you have other responsibilities, like we're both business owners, that takes a lot, and then we both have other things happening and going on. It's just like there's just not enough days, there's not enough hours, but you still have to make sure that you're still tending to your relationships.
Yes, that's what this video is all about. So we're gonna give you maybe about 10, because she has 5, I have 5, so we're gonna give you about 10 practical steps that you can either reignite that friendship or just to maintain and keep the relationship flourishing long distance. So I will start.
Okay.
The very first one is to make sure that you are having meaningful conversations when you guys chat. It's one thing for you guys, do small talk and catch up, continue to do that, but make sure at least, however frequent you need to, whether that's once a week, once a month, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, you and your friend are comfortable with, make sure that you're not just asking, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
How's your day? How's work? How's school? How's family? Okay, great. Okay, yeah, nice, caught up, we're done. Make sure that you're asking really, and make sure you're getting them to really think, because they'll appreciate you for that, and it also shows that you care.
Mm-hmm.
So some questions I came up with that I think are gonna be really engaging and helpful for you to ask and helpful for your friends to hear. One was, what is the best part of your day? 2 is, what was the most exciting thing at work this week?
Mm-hmm.
3, tell me one thing you've learned recently that has inspired you.
I like
and then
that
4,
one.
what's one thing that I can do for you, or what's one thing that I can help take off your plate?
Like I used to my thing.
So that's very intentional, sorry. But again, that's just making sure that you're not just asking those blanket questions. Kind of like when you're dating, when you get married or you've been dating someone for a really long time, it's like you get those rote questions, those rote answers. How you doing? Fine.
What you doing now?
Great.
Still watching TV. It hasn't changed. It was just 15 minutes ago you asked me. Please don't ask me the same thing over again.
Right.
Those,
or even,
those conversations are so irritating.
They are. Or even when you're just sitting like on Zoom or FaceTime, there kind of always comes like a time where you just kind of sit there and kind of just like, they're just there in the background.
Those are the best conversations to me though. Like sometimes, like especially with like my little sisters, like since I'm not around them all the time, like I'll just call or they'll call me and they'll just sit on the phone. Yeah. And then like we'll eventually like pick up conversation somewhere. Yeah. But like I really just like if you can't have their presence there physically, it's nice. I feel like the second closest thing is like FaceTime. And plus in our household, like a regular call is a FaceTime call. Like we only like really much like if you look at my call log, it's pretty much
FaceTime.
It's just FaceTime. Like that's just how we communicate is FaceTime.
Yeah. No, you're fine. So just making sure that you guys are being very intentional about the questions. And then also, like the question about like, tell me what's inspired you. Again, we just did a video, depending on which one this goes, we did a video, or we'll be doing a video on seasonal depression. Mm-hmm. You never know what state they're at, especially if you guys are in different states. You never know where their mental state really is, because some people are really good at lying or masking how they're really feeling. So what inspires you really gives them the opportunity to step out of their depression or whatever else is going on that may not be positive, and gives them an opportunity to look at it through a different positive, light-filled lens.
Very good.
That's my
I think another thing too is to make sure, like kind of to piggyback on that, is to ask if there's anything you can do better as a friend. I feel like relationships, so every relationship is you can kind of look at it as a transaction. You're depositing and you're withdrawing. So depositing emotions, thoughts, feelings, time, withdrawing that same thing. And so if that relationship is, if you think of it as a bank, if you're the only one that is depositing, or vice versa, the other person can be left feeling very empty, very used, underappreciated, and things like that. So I think relationships should honestly be treated as not business transactions, but where you should check in them with them quarterly. Like, how am I doing as a friend to you? Like, is this a friendship, or do we need to reevaluate our place or what we're calling each other? Maybe this is more of we're acquaintances, or we are just reevaluate, or whether I'm a mentor to you, or whatever the case may be. Because sometimes we place people in our lives at a different level, like, oh, they're a friend, when they're really not a friend. Especially if you're not willing to sit down or like spend the time to just shoot out a quick message, just check in and see how they're doing. You might have to reevaluate like where they sit in your life. But I think that's a huge thing, is like, because sometimes you might think you're being a good friend and you're not, because the other person's needs aren't being met, versus like you just checking in on them, or you trying to spend time with them if that's their love language, if they like quality time. View our other video on how to decipher what their love language is. But that's a really, really big thing. Because sometimes even if you are busy, you could talk to someone, maybe like you go 4 months without talking to them, and on that 5th month you guys talk and it's like nothing changed, you guys are just good. And if that's how your relationship operates, just know how your dynamic of your relationship. Maybe that's okay for your relationship, and it's fine, you guys can still be friends. But some people don't operate that way. So it's just having an open flow of communication, so that there's someone not feeling like they've been gypped or they're lacking in that area.
Yeah, very good. Okay, and my second tip is sending intentional gifts. I think she also had this point too.
I didn't. I said being intentional though. So I guess in gifts, I want to hear what you have to say about gifts.
Okay, very good. So two of my examples is sending subscription boxes. So one that I really like, and we are gonna be doing a subscription box tutorial. She doesn't know this, but we are going to be doing a subscription box haul, all Black owned, all women owned.
Okay. Exciting. I haven't shopped in forever, so I'm excited for that.
Yes, there's plenty. There's like a 55, but we're gonna just do the ones that we would actually use, because I mean, there's makeup and there's food and all that. Yeah. But one of the ones I really gravitated towards too, and I'm really excited about receiving, is called Loved plus Blessed, and I'll leave all of their information below, or on the screen right here. And it's a subscription box that has like different online, different like printables, like cute little cutesy like office things, or like daily reminder and encouragements for your significant other or friend. I really like how they even had like one for like Valentine's Day encouragement kit.
Aww.
Like, it's super cute to send to your
friend. If you're
friend.
single, we're single for Valentine's
a friend that's
Day.
single, or especially if they're really struggling with their singleness and their single season, this would be a perfect intentional gift that's really specific and will meet them where they're at, versus you just sending flowers or edible arrangements
or Happy Valentine's Day.
Right, and those are great, those are fine, but making sure that you're going to be intentional is blah, 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 blah.
It's okay, think about it, let it come out.
That is what is going to help step up
there we go
your friendship, and make sure that they know that you are being intentional about reaching out to them, make sure that you guys are staying connected. So some of those different boxes, like they have a celebration box, faith and perseverance, stress, worry, hope, confidence, sympathy. If maybe they lost someone, due to COVID or whatever is going on again in their life, you can make sure that you're sending something that's appropriate for what's going on. So that's one of the examples of an intentional gift. But again, that could be whatever you want. So if you want just to send them something that's handmade, maybe something that they left behind, and you guys had like a moment about it or something like that. But just making sure that you're stepping your game up and not just giving them a blanket generic gift.
That's good. I think kind of to piggyback on that is sending random thoughtful text messages. So if you are, and some people aren't necessarily good at encouraging other people, which is okay. Know your strengths.
And it can always be learned.
And it can be, because me personally, I was really, really bad at encouraging, or even just, I've always been very empathetic and sympathetic, but I haven't always
what it was,
been.
You were a terrible listener. So
that was what it is.
That she couldn't give any real advice because she was just terrible. That was just her season was she just was not listening.
Yeah, and I think still then, like, I would understand. I would listen to a fault, but I still just wasn't very good at giving like any type of advice. I'd just be like, yeah.
Yes. I never went with her for anything.
And I think so, like Sharmi said, it can be learned, and I think as your maturity level also changes, those things changes. Like I still think that I could do a better job at actively listening. I think I'm a much better listener than what I was years ago.
Agreed.
But I still think there's room for improvement.
Of course.
But I think that if you send random thoughtful like text messages, like, you know what, you are going to dominate today, just random, and like you couldn't have talked to that person for like weeks, but you just sending that random thing is like, wow, she's thinking about me,
right?
And I didn't realize she was thinking about me,
right? So
little things like that, or like Sharmi said, little gifts if you could send, or if you have the time and the money or the wherewithal, traveling for like a surprise visit, and like as long as they're aware and they're not like busy, because then you show up and they're like busy and it's like, I tried to surprise you, now I've wasted my money. But anyway,
or if they're super uncomfortable with like seeing people, like if they express that to you, don't go try and make that gesture, because you're gonna put them in a really uncomfortable position. Yeah, they're gonna feel bad that you traveled but still feel uncomfortable because
COVID.
You know, they're freaking out about COVID. So just make sure that if you do that they're okay with people being around.
That's true. But you could always do like if you have people coming over to, like, you can possibly like a girls' night, and like cook and like just talk about, because everybody, I feel like right now, like I'm an esthetician, so I see clients and they like word vomit everything to me. So I feel like a lot of people right now just want someone to talk to. Yeah. So just being there, even if it doesn't mean you have to respond, just listening and being there for your friend. It's important.
Very good.
Friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever.
Whichever. This applies all cross boards.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a fun one.
Okay.
You guys could do like a local adventure challenge together, where you guys could like come together, again, all on the phone if they live too far, and say, you know what, like, hey, take a picture of the oldest train station in your city, and then you guys could be on FaceTime, or you guys could take pictures and send them back and forth to each other, so you guys are like both exploring, basically, and it really gives you an opportunity to like see your area, because again, also we've been in the house all this time, so again, gives you a good reason to go outside and get some vitamin D if it's not negative, 10 out.
With a wind chill of negative 60.
Right, make sure it's safe for you to be out. But finding like really cool different things that you guys can experience together. So that would be like a really cool way for you to take pictures. And that also goes back to her random text. You could take a picture. I have a picture of my random train station here. It was built in 19 blah 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 blah, and get like a little brief background, or like go to your favorite cupcake place and get like the most bizarre cupcake, or get like a cupcake flavor you'd never tried before, and then that could be like a cute little moment that you guys share. So I think that would be a really good idea for you guys to do if you wanted to, stay connected with your friends and have some fun exploring your local community as well, and supporting local businesses too. Yeah, so win-win-win.
My other ones are kind of like they all theme and trend to each other. So like this will be my last one, but technically it's not even an additional one. It's kind of just a piggyback on what's already been said. It's just about keeping communication open. So like checking in whenever you can. So like, I think I was having a conversation with somebody not too long ago, but like for example, if your friend or boyfriend lives far away, or you guys are not in the same state, like even just calling for 5 minutes to just be like, hey, I'm thinking about you. I am falling asleep, but I did want to let you know that I
can't talk for long.
Yeah, or I can't. Like, it doesn't have to be like this long, drawn-out conversation, or like an hour. Just be like, you know what? I'm thinking about you. I love you, and I hope you had a wonderful day. I am falling asleep as we speak, but I love you. So like, and that's just something, because then it's just like the fact that I know you're busy and you took your time out to tell me that. It's just like little intentional things. So, yeah.
Maybe your last one. Okay, pretty good. And then my last one, which I thought was interesting, because I was doing again a little bit of research on what like other people have been doing, but this one I never even thought of. It's to remember your friend's family. A lot of times, if and this has been the case for us, like their family becomes your family.
Yeah.
Because you guys are so close, especially if you guys are best friends. That's like a sister.
Yeah.
So her mom and dad are really kind of like mom and dad number 2. So just making sure that you're checking up with her or his family from time to time will make them feel that you really care and that you really have their best interests at heart.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's all that we have for this video. We hope these 10 might be 11 plus. We might give you some
It might have been
bonus
less
ones.
than 10. Was it 10?
No, it was 10.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
give you a bonus one. These are 10 tips.
Some numbers.
It is something right around there in the teens. On how you can up your game with long distance relationships. We hope this helps. If you have had any success, we pray that you have, with staying close to your family and your friends on long distance, please leave them in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you as a part of our family.
Yeah.
And until next time, peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Bye.